Literally just pulled it out of a hot oven.
It is so hard to work out when you absolutely do not feel like working out.
I'm not okay. Hannah Montana Forever was 19 years ago. I'm doing good, but not good enough. For clarification, I was a Disney girl. Pro tip, when you're hungry, you need to make the quickest, healthiest option available to you. If you have like some turkey wraps that you can make, do it, because that's what your girl's about to do. But if you don't, little snacks like unsalted popcorn, a smoothie, fruit, like any vegetable sauteed up, like it's just great. I put honey, I drizzle a little bit of honey over my carrots. Chef's kiss. Make some tea. That is such an underrated snack. Because I guess technically it's not a snack, it's a drink, but still, if you're hungry and you really just need something that's not water, make some tea. Hibiscus tea, hibiscus raspberry tea is probably one of my favorite teas. I'm gonna make it on my channel soon, but I just, even thinking about it, oh, I need a hibiscus raspberry. Let's get cooking good looking. But I figured while I'm prepping this steak and chicken that we could have a little chat, a little girls chat. I was thinking about it today, how like we really do not give ourselves enough credit. You know, first and foremost, I always like to thank God for everything that I have, because nothing I have is solely on my own. I will tell myself I'm doing good, but not good enough. And what's important is when you're talking to yourself and growing and elevating, it's important not to diminish your experiences, but it's also more important to recognize how far you've come. Who I am this year is completely different than who I was last year. I mean, I completely respond and react to things differently. Do I need some help and work in different areas? Yeah. Some things trigger me a little bit more than others, but I will say that for the most part, I'm thinking about it more. I'm thinking more about my reactions, thinking more about like why I respond this way. And I just think it's important for us to focus on where we need areas of growth, but also give ourselves a little pat on the back for the growth that we've already done. It doesn't excuse us from the behaviors that need to stop, but it does help us kind of get through a little bit better each day. Because for me, it's 1% better every day. And I have just been so hard on myself for the majority of my life. Like, perfectionism was tough for me to get past, and it wasn't until I started getting a little bit more to my word and learning more about the love that I have for Jesus Christ, the love that he has for me, that I realized this is exactly why I can't do it all on my own. If there's anyone out there that's really struggling, you're not alone. Like, just because I make content on the internet, or maybe I seem a little bit more confident than the next person, I'm still human. I still go through the same thoughts, the same struggles, the same things, just in different environments with different people, you know, at different times. And what I'm trying to tell myself is I need to talk about it more so that I can normalize it a little bit better. You notice how all the wrong things are getting normalized, so that when we hear it or see it or experience it, it's like, oh, well, that's just the way it's supposed to happen. I think we should really start normalizing the positive side of things, the growth side and challenging side of things, so that we can recognize this is a part of the journey. You know, and the whole reason why I wanted to like really girl talk on being kinder to yourself is because, one, it's something that I'm personally working on. So I never want to talk about things I haven't personally gone through or experienced, or, you know, just have an opinion about. But it can be tough as you grow older, especially like in your mid and upper 20s, which is the range that I fall between. It can be really challenging to figure out where you want to go in life, what you want to do, and how you want to do it, because you're rediscovering yourself in this time, in this period of time of your life right now. And it can be very confusing to think, am I making the right moves? Am I around the right people? Am I doing the things that I said I wanted to do? What happens if those things change? And I think the beauty of it is that like we evolve. So it's not that what we once wanted isn't what we want anymore. We just may want it differently than we thought we did when we were a little bit younger, or a little bit more like inexperienced than we are maybe now. And I'm all about learning how to do better. I may not always hit the mark the first time around, but at the end of the day, the goal is to be better than I was yesterday. And if that means taking a little bit more accountability than maybe I would like because of pride or ego, then so be it. I don't want to be one of those old bitter ladies that never wanted to admit that they were wrong, and so now they're alone and they just don't like talking to anyone, or at least that's what they tell themselves. And it's not to say that if you feel like you're in that position that you can't change. I just want to stop myself before that can ever even be a possibility, because it won't be. Accountability is so important. Even if other people do not take accountability, you have to figure out what kind of person do you want to be. And I think that's the season of my life that I'm in right now. I have people and experiences and moments where I am consistently tested. But the thing that brings me back is that God is going to continue giving you that same test until you pass it. It's like school. Why would we move you up another grade if you never understood the lessons? It just doesn't make sense. And once you accept that and you realize I can be better, I don't know everything. God is going to teach me things that I would not be able to learn otherwise. I think life gets a little less gruesome. But that's just my 2 cents. I just want to check in with you girlies, give you a little tidbit, maybe a little older sister, big sister vibe. Hopefully, I don't know, I'm just talking to a camera. But I do hope someone out there can resonate with that message if you're going through a season in your life that's particularly tough and you just feel like no one understands, or you just don't think that there's anyone that can really see you for you. And I'm here to tell you that there are communities and people all around, whether you find them in person or online, this season in your life or the next. We're always going to be growing and evolving. So finding different areas that help you get to that better version of yourself, it's always constantly going to be growing. So just be kind and be patient with yourself. It's funny because I've always wanted to have a consistent routine where I'm meal prepping and I'm like that girly, and really it's just like doing it even when you don't want to do it. It is a hard truth to face, but it is definitely worth it. Like, I feel 10 times better knowing tomorrow I can wake up 10 minutes later than I had planned or not, knowing that my lunch is ready, my smoothie is ready to drink. All I have to do is cut an avocado open and make some eggs with my little steak left over and head to work and call it a day. And that's just a lot of work at night, but it's so much better in the morning.
Guys, I love this Home Depot.
My bun has been lopsided all day, but I'm gonna leave it alone because the minute I start touching with my hair and it like just doesn't work out, I crash out. So I'm just gonna leave it alone. It was really fun coming back to a gym that we once came to because everything feels so fresh and new. It is so hard to work out when you absolutely do not feel like working out. So what I have started to do is make things so much easier for me. It's good like the first week when you're like, I'm gonna do something different with my life. Things are gonna be so much better. I'm gonna be snatched and ready to go by the summer. And then week 2 hits and you're like,
I can have, a little cupcake.
and that is the lie. Like, do not feed into that at all, because it's so easy to get sucked back into what you didn't want to do. Making things easy when it's not a habit yet is the quickest way to get a habit or a routine going. So I have a couple of tips. Before your workout, create a YouTube playlist. If I have something to watch, my attention is on what I'm watching, and then I'm just mindlessly doing the action or like whatever physical thing I'm doing. It works best when I'm on the treadmill or when I'm on a bike or something that I don't have to like lift weights and do. Something about watching other wellness girlies get their groove on while you're getting your groove on. It's best to watch what you're doing because it can help stimulate doing the same thing or making it feel like you have a friend with you. I know that I specifically like to watch workout content or like lifestyle content when I'm working out because it makes me feel like I'm just like
getting my life together and I've got everything under control. Keeping it easy and convenient is so key. I don't think you're gonna get past week 1 if you don't keep it easy, and especially if you don't keep it convenient. Like, I have laid out my clothes the night before when I know I'm going physically to the gym, like I'm not doing a home workout or something like that, or going on a walk. I will always lay out my clothes so I don't even have to like think, what do I want to wear? I try to be really intentional with it because I want like a cute gym fit. Like I want to wear something that makes me feel good. Like this one kind of rides up on my stomach, so I don't like that, but it's all black and it's comfortable. It makes me feel good, look good. So I do it. I feel like that's the best way to make it easy, is just set yourself up for success the day before so that you're not thinking about the action you don't want to do yet until it becomes a routine. This is probably like one of my favorite ones, catch-up sessions. When I haven't talked to like a friend in a while or a family member in a while, this is the best time to call them. For me, my workout routines almost always consist of 20 to 30 minutes on the treadmill. So at the very least, I know that I can call my cousins, call my friends, and see like what's been going on in their life. Because in the day-to-day, when we're like working out or when we're working or we're dealing with family stuff, you just don't think about the other people in your life. And so I think this is the best time to just be like undivided attention while still knowing, okay, I'm talking to someone, so my attention's not on the workout, it's on catching up with my friend. But at the same time, I'm on the bike, I'm on the elliptical, I am doing something that is helpful to my wellness. It also goes by so much quicker. So catch-up sessions, girl talks, whatever, it's just top tier. When things started to get a little tougher, so I was like a month in and there was a day or a couple of days that I just didn't feel like going, I kept telling myself high risk, high reward. To me, I was a little over dramatic and I was like, okay, I don't want to go to the gym today. In my mind, it was just something that I just did not want to do, but I knew it's something I needed to do. So I was like, I'll go to the gym, I'll do a 30-minute treadmill workout, my 3-12-30 method. That's kind of what got the weight off first time around. I'm going to stick with what I remember. After I completed that, my high reward was that I got to go get my matcha. Like, it doesn't matter, I burn the calories, but that's my treat. Now that's not going to be every time. That's really primarily for the times that are really, really hard for you to get up and do it. But to reward yourself for doing it, that's something that could be really nice, like once or twice a month. You don't want to make it too much of a consistent routine because what you want to do is really instill discipline and not always feel like you have to get something in order to give something to yourself. So that's what's really, really important. And then I would say the last thing is to have fun with it. If you make this such a chore, it's going to feel like a chore in your mind, and it's going to be easier not to create the habit or the routine because you're just going to be thinking about how you're dreading it. You can't wait for it to be over. And the thing is, just like do it. Don't even think about it. Just get into the action of doing it. I think my biggest focus has been when I first started, I was really into acting. I really was doing like commercial work and wanting to kind of build that portfolio. So when I was working out, I kept telling myself, I'm just training for my next role. I'm just training to be in a Marvel movie. Like, I let my imagination run wild because that's what kept me in the gym. It truly made me believe, it altered my brain chemistry so much to the point where I was like, okay, I need to get ready because the next Marvel movie is coming out next year and I need to be in the best shape possible to be able to audition for it, to get it. So it just created just this really cool incentive for me. And at the end of the day, I lost nothing, even if I did or did not get the opportunity, because I still lost the weight I was looking to lose. Really be as delusional as possible in this season when you're trying to build something, to believe that you're already living the life that you want. Those are things that have helped me kind of like really recenter and like figure out how am I going to start something and then like keep it, maintain it. So let's get into our workout.
Different video, I said I was doing the Stairmaster challenge. However, in order to keep my consistency at the gym, because I'm trying to build this routine back up, I did 35 minutes on the treadmill at 12 incline on 3 speed. That's what snatched my waist and helped me drop 40 pounds in 4 months 2 years ago. But I told myself, if I don't feel like I can do the stairs today because I'm feeling sluggish, I have to do something just as equally as important. And I feel really good. Like, I wear a waist trainer, but by no means do you need to get a waist trainer. I feel like the psychology behind it for me is that it works
It might work, it might snatch me up and kind of sculpt me a little bit, but I don't rely on it. Like I'm gonna work out whether I have it or not. That's your sign to just don't make excuses. Just do it, be as consistent as possible, and show up, because 100% looks different every day.
Spring is finally in session, which means we need to do spring cleaning, and we have so many places to do it in. So it's important to start it where you spend most of your time, most of us, which is our room. Sometimes you just need time to figure out how your life is going, because life doesn't slow down for you. So you have to slow yourself down and look at what needs to be done. So that's what we're doing today. I need to get rid of so many clothes. Like, they're cute, I just can't fit them anymore. My purse has not been cleaned in a week, probably longer. Some Ritz crackers like spilled all in it, and it's a whole thing. A little what's in my bag. Fun fact, I love using wired earphones when I don't have like my AirPod Maxes, because I'm not with that whole EMF radiation. Like I read too many articles and I try to brush up on my knowledge. So I love wired headphones, but if I'm not using them, I'm using my AirPod Maxes. I have a little pocketbook just in case I can't bring the big person. It's always best to keep a little mini pocketbook with you. This has saved me more times than once when I'm going to like basketball games or just in a place that just has a small bag policy. My boyfriend put me on these little like Colgate toothbrush thingies. They're like the size of flossers, but I haven't been able to get to the store to get some, so I just always keep these in here because I eat too many things with pepper in it, and having pepper in my teeth and having no one tell me, there's a special place. There's like clean ones fell out, and so like half the flossers are in this bag that I'm gonna have to get rid of now. Come on, y'all, come on. One of my guilty pleasures is watching ASMR, like quick restock videos on TikTok. It's just something so comforting about it. It just makes me, I don't know, it's like, oh, we're getting organized together. I don't know, I just felt like it was fitting for this organization video. Anyways, let's run some errands. This one is so much better. This tastes so good. I'm coming here every time. Every time.